Okay, this is your tutorial video for the Google Doodle. I've already done about half of it once. I didn't actually set my phone to record. I didn't actually start it recording, so I was sitting here just talking to myself for about the past 10 minutes. So let's go over all this again, and hopefully this will be the last time that I have to do this, and we can get the video uploaded, and then y'all can watch it when it posts next week. Now, so we need to consider Google's logo, okay? Their normal logo, it's just G-O-O-G-L-E. Big G, two small O's, little g, L-E. The L's about the same height as the big G. So, we want to make sure our layout for our Google Doodle designs are kind of taking up that same amount of space. So you need to consider that in the sketches that you're doing. And I asked you to do a list of 10 themes, and then you're going to do 6 rough sketches. And the reason I'm having you do so many is because that's what artists and that's what designers do. When I was taking classes, or when I've had like little graphic design jobs here and there, people want to have multiple ideas when you come up to them, and say somebody's hired you to do a design for them. They want to see that you've come up with like several solutions to whatever problem they have presented you with. So, and that's what we're putting into practice here. And like anytime I have y'all do multiples on like thumbnails and things like that, that's why I want y'all to have options, and I want you to be able to come up with multiple solutions. And that's good practice for anything, not just in art. Like if you're presented with a problem, the more solutions you can come up with, the more options you have to choose the best solution for that problem, okay? Just because there's a right answer doesn't mean it's the best right answer. Now then, so we want to make sure, we're taking up this kind of amount of space, all right? So just consider that as you're doing your designs and your rough sketches. So let me flip this page over. Let me make sure it's on the screen here, yes. So you'll make your list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, write them down. I've got space, turkeys, geography, nature, just whatever. Like I said earlier in the introductory video, you can, sky's the limit on these themes. But we want to go pretty far with our design. So like I had already done one that I was working on. This is my rough sketch that I was working on for like my first idea. And you can see how I've separated the page out into these long rectangles. So that's giving me the ability to kind of lay this in here where I want it to be. So I got the big G, I got the 2 small O's, and I'm gonna come back in and do some more detail on these. And like this is like my cloud bank kind of moving over this pastoral scene. So I'm gonna make these kind of billowy and fluffy, but I'm hiding the letters. I'm putting them in there, but we're kind of hiding them into the drawing. G-O-O-G-L-E. It's 6 letters, folks. Make sure you don't leave one out, and you would be surprised about how often that happens. And again, it doesn't have to be exactly. You just want to put something in place. The best ones of these kind of tend to kind of hide the letters, and so that's what I want y'all to kind of focus on. So, and this is a rough sketch, and like I've done it pretty quickly. I would refine this further for my final drawing, but those aren't going to be due until like next week. So, spend some time kind of thinking about this and how you want to do it. So I did this one as like, the clouds kind of hanging over like this pastoral scene. I might have like a barn or something here. And then, I did the fence line. If you're doing something like on a landscape like this, as things go off into the distance, they're going to get smaller. So you can see here with this fence that I drew, like this post is like way bigger than this one, and this one on the very far background is very small. And I can keep adding stuff. I could say, okay, I'm going to put a cow. Not real sure what a cow looks like, but we'll put a cow in here. So like there. So like there's my pastoral scene. And you can kind of get a good idea of how, this is how you want to lay these out. So we want to have background. We want to have the letters in some form or fashion. You might do one where you're replacing the letters altogether. So like say I did like a space one. I might have like, say I've got like a rocket. So that's my big G. And then I might have like, and this is you know, this is where you're coming up with ideas. So like you can change these later, but for now, you know, these are rough sketches. We just want to lay stuff in here. What could be over here? Let's do like a planet. We'll put it kind of more in the background. We'll put a ring around it like Saturn would have. Okay, and I could spread these out a little bit, maybe just a little bit if I needed more space. And then how about like a rocky, craggy, you know, like a asteroid or something like there. So G-O-O. The little g, we could do like, if we did like something like a comet. G-O-O-G. An L, what would be something long? I could maybe make like a satellite. And I'm just kind of coming up with these. I don't know like what a satellite looks like. I would need to look up an image. You know, make sure you go online and look at some of the examples on the link that I posted. You know, we don't ever want to copy anything, but you can definitely, you know, you can steal stuff as long as you're altering it and putting it into your own idea and then altering that enough. Artists do that all the time. But you never want to just straight up copy anything. But definitely go on that link that I linked in the assignment and kind of work out and look at some examples. And that's going to give you inspiration because there's probably hundreds, if not thousands of them at this point. And you can look up a lot of different stuff. And it's really interesting what people are able to come up with. What am I going to do for the little e? We'll do like a flying saucer. We'll put a little alien guy in here. Okay. G-O-O-G-L-E. There's that. So then I can come in and like do some like stars in the background. You know, some stuff like that. And you know, that might be a very simple one, but that would do, you know, and then I could come back in and color it later. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on them, but I do want to see, like, I want to be able to see like what kind of details you're incorporating into your final idea. So, you know, those are my first two ideas. I could come up with four more pretty quickly. As far as examples go, I've got some student examples here. This one's a pretty good one. I don't think he ever actually finished it, but this is a good example of like kind of hiding the letters, you know, like big G-O-O-G-L-E. It's a little rough, but you can actually see, you know, it's a submarine, it's underwater. He's playing around with like the different colors and things. So this one was pretty successful. I had a student do this one year, and these are from the sketches. Usually I'd have you all color, like do some like refined sketches, but we're not going to worry about that with the remote because you're going to be doing those for your final project anyway. But like this one's like Adventure Time. And you can see he's incorporated, instead of using the letters at all, he's incorporated the characters and used them to represent the letters, or she did. And, you know, and the background is included, like with scenes from the show. So, you know, be creative. And if, you know, something like this, as long as you're kind of coming up with your own design as far as layout and things, you're welcome to use referential things like that. This one here is it's more straightforward, but the overall, the way that the letters and things have been handled is quite different. So, you know, consider that in what you're doing. And, you know, take your time, think about what you're doing and how you want to go about it to make it mostly successful. And I think overall, you know, this isn't a terribly difficult project, but it should take some time to do if you're going to do it properly. So, you know, be creative and do well with it. Again, look up some examples. That's going to be your best bet. And, you know, make sure you get all the letters in. It's 6 letters. And make sure when you upload your stuff, I want to see your list and I want to see your sketches. So make sure you get good photographs. And folks, when you upload a photograph and it comes to me like this, sideways, it's really hard for me to look at it. So go into wherever you've taken your photograph with, edit it and rotate it so that you're uploading it so that it's turned the right way, please. Anyway, I hope you all do well. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a good day.